We are... Where are we? In the basin. Beneath Milton / Mountain Town / Milton. And the sky is alive. Hello, Legion. This is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more of The Long Dark in our Against All Odds series. So we are hanging out down here while this aurora kind of plays out. Not really any reason to go out at the moment. We just woke up from a full night's rest, which is nice. I'm going to go ahead and take the opportunity to eat some more of this food that I came down here with. We've got some cattails. We have some water. I'm going to actually eat some of the saltier stuff so as to give myself a reason to consume this water and be a little bit less encumbered. We're less than 10 pounds encumbered. It'll be really nice once we have that moose hide satchel made because, of course, that will push us over the... I mean, at our current level of encumbrance, we wouldn't even be encumbered. So that's really nice. I'm going to go ahead and just for the sake of keeping this fire going and also being less encumbered, I'm going to pile this stuff onto the fire. Yeah, let's go ahead and put the cedar on too. I'll keep the coal because that could come in handy elsewhere. And now we're barely encumbered. Not much I can do at the moment. I can drop this, so I guess I'll just do a little bit of quick inventory management just to make sure that I'm not lugging more than I need to. We did this at the top of the rope, the climbing rope down here. So I'm not super worried about it. Okay, let's see if there's anything I can prepare. No. Anything I can cook. Yeah, we have some herbal tea that we can heat up, but that's it. So we're pretty much set. And then there's nothing I can read at the moment. So I'm just going to pass time for... We'll tell you what. Do I want to make more water now? It's probably a good idea. That makes at least a little bit of sense. Let's go ahead and do that. No. Water. Hello. Water there. Okay, and we'll pass some time. Much more productive way to pass time. So we're going to drink that. This way we'll leave Milton with a little bit more water. Probably enough to keep us going all the way through our trip to Mystery Lake for said moose hide satchel. Okay, let's drink this. And then, of course, the entire pot of water on the left will just go straight into inventory.
Drop any of this gear.
Yeah, and now we're encumbered again, as you would expect from a gallon of water. And now we can probably pass time for a bit and then sleep. Let's see how much more night is left. Yeah, let's pass time for about 3 hours here by the fire. Staying plenty warm. Totally safe. No reason to tempt fate with this aurora, so I'm not going to. I'm just not gonna. I refuse. We just brought the series back after an unexpected hiatus. I haven't done a 0.5 series in a long time. That's a scary noise. Something triggered the Aurora Wolves while I was here. But yeah, we haven't done a 0.5 series in a very long time on the channel, and I would rather not tempt fate by pissing off the wolves. So, let's do a couple of things as we prepare to leave here. Actually, we'll put one of these recycled cans on there. Well, here's what I'll do. We'll grab that one. I'll take it with me. I want to go ahead and heat some of this tea. Matter of fact, I could do even better than that. Let's just drop those on the ground. All of those will warm at the same rate. Now, right now we have coffee in here. What I'm going to put in here instead... Oh, I didn't actually have all those ready. My bad. I will put the hot ones away. I could put the cold ones in there, but they were really thoughtful with the way the mechanics work. And I don't want to take away from the heat of the ones that are already prepared. Did I just boil up? Okay. I have this funny feeling I just accidentally boiled off the 2 teas that I heated in there, but maybe not. Yeah, okay, nothing more. I could prepare some acorns. Wouldn't be the worst thing. Pot, pot, pot. There we go. And then that's preparing. Again, really wish they would add an inventory tab for the flasks, because finding it every single time. If there's a trick that people have for finding the flask quickly and easily in a fluid way, I would be down to hear it. I really would. Yeah, might as well prepare some more acorns, because this is cooking skill. We still have 6 hours, 50 minutes on the fire. Ooh, look at this fog. Okay. Fog is nice. I might go ahead and take the opportunity to leave then. Let's finish cooking these if we can. This uses up some of the water as well, which is why I'm doing it. Bit of cooking skill every single time. Nice. How many more do I have? I still have plenty of water. Holy heck. Really? Have I just not been cooking my acorns? Okay, there we go. Now, just for safety's sake, and since I have the water... actually, I don't have a lot of water anymore. Yeah. I said I was not going to grab those, so let's not. Well, I'll keep the one, I suppose, if all I have is the one. And now we are much more mobile than we would have been otherwise. One thing I can do... This is still going to be warm for a while longer. We burned some of the warmth time sitting here cooking acorns because there were just so many more than I thought, but that's okay. Let's take a torch. Oh, hello. Hi. I'm going to go this way. I'm going to try to get around that wolf. There's a bunny there. We, of course, did shoot one wolf last episode. So the wolf is probably dead somewhere over yonder. That direction. Oh, yes. I just said yonder. You can deal with it. You can deal with it, Legion. I am on the way back to get my freaking moosehide satchel, and I'm ready for it, because then we can head to the far territory. What's exciting about the far territory, you ask? Well, it's the newest territory in the game. We do have another zone, presumably, that's going to be added to story mode when episode 5 drops, and it was teased when episode 5's information was kind of released, along with the information for this update we just got, and the information for the cougar initially. So, as a matter of fact, I think it was first announced when they said that they were going to rework the cougar, if my memory serves me properly. I'm specifically recalling a thumbnail that I made for that update, and a checklist on the thumbnail, which is how I'm remembering, or possibly misremembering. Alright, so there's a dead deer over there. I'm going to avoid that for now. This is why we like fog, by the way. Granted, I do have some hot tea in me, and I have the torch, so that's keeping me warm, but it's not that cold at the moment. Fog is indicative of a denser atmospheric state, so if it wasn't too cold to begin with, it will stay not as cold for a while, which is why you'll usually hear me reacting positively to fog when you would normally think, wait, Wait.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
Why are you excited about fog, Hadrian? Why are you excited about not being able to see things? That's why. Because it usually means... I'm just going to climb. So just like that, we are back in Forlorn Muskeg. And this trip will probably be pretty quick, if I had to guess. Let me take a quick look over here. Part of me wants to look around up here really fast. You know? Like, see if there's like a prepper cache. Let's do that. We haven't done that in a while. I feel like I've got food and gear. I have the ability to explore. Yeah, see stuff like this. Let's see what we can find.
Okay.
I think one of the disadvantages of having played The Long Dark for as long as I have and played as many series on YouTube as I have is that you get into certain patterns. And I remember thinking this when I ended the last episode at that place where we just started. I was like, we have been here before. And it's not a bad thing. Just something to be aware of. Which is one of the reasons we're going to the far territory sooner rather than later. I very seldom appreciate how thick the woods are back here. They are very thick. Also, this is a birch forest, so I'm going to look around for more birch bark. At least this section of it is a birch forest. Yep, there's some birch bark. Very nice. Let's make sure I didn't miss any over here. Yep. Again, the graphical updates with this latest patch are subtle, but nevertheless noticeable. The colored shadows, you can barely tell, but they're shaded differently based on time of day and other factors. So it's a really nice kind of polish pass that they made. What's this? Is this a dead body? It is. It didn't look like a dead body from afar. I think it's because, yeah, it's slightly tilted up. You notice that? The head is sticking up out of the ground. So because I was coming at it from a different angle, it looked almost like a pile of rocks, which is why I wanted to check it out. Okay, here's some ptarmigan, but I'm just going to keep looking around. What I'm hoping for, if anything, is that I might see a cache up here. That would be fascinating. I genuinely haven't done this too much since the loot refresh and since the caches were spread out around the world and their locations changed. So, as I've done in many past series in the past couple of years, especially the Season 0, 01, and 02 runs, I'm very intentionally just trying to look around and get a sense for what might be different in each area. While, as I am wont to do, staying pretty freaking mobile at all times. For those of you watching this episode live on the day it comes out, I am a bit behind on my recording schedule for the moment. We'll be caught up as of, well, today, really. But this episode will be late, and if you're watching it the moment it comes out, you might find it butting up against the beginning of stream. No worries. I'm actually going to keep that in mind when it comes to vibe time. And as soon as the episode goes live, I'll have some idea of like how long we need to stay in vibe time, which shouldn't be much longer than usual. So if you want to finish watching this before you join us in stream, feel free, because this is a Sunday episode. We have our Sunday stream, second stream in Red Dead Redemption 2. If you haven't joined us for one of our streams yet, I very deliberately on the channel try to stream games that are more cinematic and that are more watchable popcorn games, if you will, games that can be enjoyed as a community. And I don't stream games that are like necessarily new and fresh. I'm not against it, but we're focused on streaming games that are...
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
sometimes games that I've played before, but games that are a little bit more scripted in their narrative, a little bit more cinematic, more watchable. Games that are fun for the community to congregate around and re-experience or experience for the first time together. And I thought, what better game to kick off streams from the new place with a bang than Red Dead Redemption 2. So that's what we're doing. Anyway, back to the Long Dark. I've just stepped into this cave. You don't have to take this cave to get to where I'm trying to go. You do not. But I wanted to go ahead and look through the cave because it's going to take me where I'm trying to go anywhere. And that's not a problem. There's a lot of coal in here. Coal that I'm ignoring. I will pick up sticks. I suppose if I were a less mobile player, a less nomadic player, I would definitely be picking up more of these sticks all the time. Or, sorry, more of this coal all the time, really. But I just don't have a reason. You know, because I'm not lingering in these zones. I'm moving quickly to go from place to place. And honestly, okay, this is where I just came down. Quite honestly, sometimes it's nice to leave the coal in these places. If you're going to be this nomadic, you'll often find yourself going back through sections of the world. And so when you go back through the caves, and there's still coal on the ground, there's things you didn't pick up the first time because you didn't necessarily need it right then, and you were going to keep moving, then you're leaving yourself the ability to come back through certain areas. Which is good. There are so many different play styles to the Long Dark and so many different ways that the game can be enjoyed. And I think there are a lot of people who will pick up everything they see almost compulsively, but that compulsion is not a bad thing.
I wonder if I can drop any of this.
It's just their approach. It's just what makes sense to them. As I commented on, I believe, last episode, I tend to leave more behind. I'll even, I'll drop wolves with a bullet and then not do anything with the carcass. And sometimes someone will slide into the content section or the comment section and be like, "What you doing? Why'd you do that? Why didn't you harvest all the things?" And, I could. Sometimes I do. But especially in a game like this, where you have reason not to consume the predator meat while your cooking skill is below level 5. That's just one reason. Like, the only thing you would get from those is like wolf hide or guts. And I have actually gotten some hides and some guts off the wolves. Huh, speaking of wolves, where's the wolf that's normally up here? Again, animals are in different places, but I would have expected there to still be a wolf up here. And right now I don't see him. That's interesting. Very interesting indeed. No? Okay. Up to the tower then, nice and easy. Maybe there's some stuff here, maybe there's not. Replacement fuse, computer, not that I care, because we're not doing the archivist challenge. Oh hey, a backpack. That's empty. a metal container. It's only got a stack of papers in it. Nice. Okay, well, right now, the weather is extremely inviting. So I'm going to take this opportunity. I do think I want to... I'm going to head up here real quick just to check for caches. Oh, wait, hold on. Yeah, see, I heard the carrion crows. I was like, there's got to be a corpse around here. I almost said carcass. There's got to be a corpse around here somewhere. Or maybe a carcass. Who knows? Doesn't have to be a corpse. Carrion crows. Hey, I could use that, actually. My can opener is not that high condition. All right, so let me come back here. Again, just sort of scouting for caches. In places where you might expect to find one. There's a lot. Speaking of leaving things behind, there are maple saplings here. Might as well grab this. I think we have some cured ones already waiting for us. Oh, wow. Okay, cedar firewood. I will grab that, just in the off chance I need that for something. But I'm fairly certain I have all the guts I need, along with the hide, waiting for me in Mystery Lake. What'll be hilarious is if it's still curing. I very much doubt it. I very much doubt that it'll still be curing. But I haven't exactly counted the days, and we didn't loiter in Milton too much. Slash Mountain Town. Slash Milton. We didn't. We kind of made sure not to loiter. It'll like absolutely be cured. There's no way it hasn't been yet. One thing I'm surprised I haven't found are the woodworking tools. I also haven't found the camera yet, if you haven't noticed that. Definitely noticing a benefit to having the crampons on. You can even almost tell in the smoothness of the movement and the sound of the footsteps. It seems like it's different somehow in a way that's hard to place. It's very subtle, as the long dark tends to be. Oh, hi. There's the wolf. About frickin' time. Alright, I'm probably on the edge of his detection radius. Let me take this a little bit cautiously. Temperature-wise, we are fine. We are beyond fine. Although, if the weather stays this nice all the way to Mystery Lake, I will be stunned. One of the reasons I want to be careful here is I'm walking on a pretty constant slope. And if I were to sprain at the wrong time, especially if it were to be a wrist sprain, that wolf would have a field day. So we're going to avoid that. Okay, I'm going to stand up and walk away. More specifically, I'm going to run away. But let's not run into the jaws of another predator. I'm going to stay up high, get a look around. I don't hear any bear crows, so that is fairly reassuring. I'm going to head down here and cross. Alright, here's the sprain risk apex. There we go. Cross. Glorious. Okay. We're going to beeline through the train cars and then go straight down the tracks into Mystery Lake. There are a couple of locations I could search as well, now that I'm a little bit better equipped. So I'm kind of tempted to do so. But first, let me just get out here. What are you circling? Is that a... That looks like a dead body, probably. Okay, I'm going to play it safe rather than trying to cross that. I'm going to play it safe and head back this way. We'll keep an eye on the right. There's the... Is that the blind? No, that's not the blind. Where's the blind? I think it's a little bit farther that way. Okay, here comes the fog. Not surprised. I was, again, not thinking that we would have perfect weather all the way to Mystery Lake, although that was a very, very nice entrance into Forlorn Muskeg. Gave us a nice Hadrian moment. That
I can't feel my hands.
is never a bad thing. Marine flare. Search frozen corpse. Anything from you? No, of course not. Thanks for nothing, buddy. Right, I see some cattails. Still not that cold. And again, fog. Fog is doing its thing. Let's go ahead and grab both the cattail head and stalk here. Now, I think the cattails in this thicket I probably would have grabbed already because I've kind of been here. I think since it's fogged up, I'm going to avoid going for those loot locations I mentioned. Maybe we'll check them on the way back through once we've made the moose-hide satchel. Let me quickly peek in here and see if I left anything. Still got my bedroll. I'm not going to lie, there was a part of me that for a second there, I was like, wait, did I bring my bedroll with me? Wouldn't be an Against All Odds series without me worrying about that bedroll, would it? It would not. I'm just going to say this out loud. I feel relaxed. I know I've been talking a lot about this move and this new recording space and how good it feels, but I feel like as much as I try to keep myself from meta commentary while in the midst of a specific series, there's just a lot of it on my mind lately because it feels good to have things kind of running at the new place because the move has been so chaotic. And now it's kind of starting to feel like, I mean, here I am in a very well enclosed recording space, the best enclosed recording space I have ever had. Easily, bar none. Like, there's no competition. I'm not disturbing anyone. I'm not being disturbed. There are certain noises that could come from outside that could probably be loud enough to occasionally make it to the mic, but like,
It's a goddamn freezing.
I'm real happy about it. And it's good to just be sitting here recording and feel that reduction in pressure. If you're a content creator, you get it. There are lots of little things that can run in the back of your mind while you're recording like this. And when you're relaxed, it's easier to enjoy gameplay. It's easier to enjoy connecting with your community and commenting on things that interest you and that interest them. And I'm excited about that. I really, really am. Feels good. And I very rarely externalize that as much as I just did, but I kind of spontaneously felt the need to. So thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I'm going to keep playing the Long Dark now. There's a wolf. I do want to go ahead and move towards the camp office as fast as I can, because we are tired. Remember, we have moose meat at the camp office, so food is not going to be a problem. I doubt I'm even going to touch what's in my inventory.
Man, this pack is getting kind of heavy.
You'll be fine. I am reasonably confident that you're not going to be complaining about that in about 2 minutes. Just a quick reload check there. So this is going to be a little bit of whiplash here because we're coming down this way. We're coming into Mystery Lake. We've already scavenged pretty much the totality of this zone. Hang on, I'm thinking, is there a place I haven't scavenged yet? Unnamed pond, I think we did visit the... We visited that blind. We visited the blind between the dam and the lake. We visited Alan's cave. We visited where the Prepper's Cache was in Season 01. It was abandoned. We made a joke about it. We've been to Trappers. We've been to the logging camp. We've certainly been through the dam. We've been to all of the kind of back areas of the zone. I forget what the name of the cabin is when you leave Trappers and go along the back side of the zone and find your way to the adjacent area to the logging camp. We've been to both forestry lookouts, the original forestry lookout, which is now burned out, and the new one. Yeah, I think we've been everywhere. In terms of loot locations, we might not have literally walked through every discoverable area in Mystery Lake, but it's pretty damn close. Speaking of that...
I've never been so hungry in my life.
Oh, you'll be fine. Really? Oh, hold on. There we go. I was about to say, don't tell me. Do not tell me. I have explored 51% of the world. Or, sorry, 2% of the world. I've explored 51. But I was looking at that 2% like there's no way. That's a lie. That is a bald-faced lie. Oh, interesting. There's a moose shaving on the tree again. If the moose respawned, I'm going to laugh. This is where we killed the moose the first time. Remember the montage from the Season 8.5 intro? That was fun to put together. See? The fire is even still there from where I cooled the carcass down. And here we are. There's my moose meat. Piles and piles of it. Should still be in good condition. Fresh. 93% condition. Let's go. Like I said, food, not a problem. 87% condition. Not an issue. We're going to drop that on the ground. And let's head back inside.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Oh, you're fine. So, we've got the cured moose hide, we have the cured wolf pelt, and we have a ton of guts. Let's just go ahead and grab them all. I'm so excited. We're going to make this thing before we end the episode. We're gonna. And then next episode, we're going to head for the far territory. Mixing things up. Let me also go ahead and drop that sapling so it can be curing. Not that I'm going to wait for it, but okay. Workbench. Crafting. Moosehide satchel. All right, so if we use a sewing kit, it'll take 10 hours. I don't know. Hold on. Let me drink this coffee. That'll replenish my thirst. I don't have a lot of water. That's the main problem. Moosehide satchel. Let's go ahead and sink 6 hours in. Okay, I don't think it let us get all the way. Yep. Didn't get all the way through, but that's fine. Here's what I'm going to do. I could make more water, but I'm not going to worry about it. Hold on. Did I leave any here? It'd be hilarious if I left some here. I think that book's already been read, but I'll double check it. With these cured maple saplings here, which I might be able to use if I wanted to make a travel wall. We're not going to make the travel one now. Okay, no, I did not leave those behind. Also, it's funny that I have those fleece mittens. The work gloves I'm wearing are better than those, but we do need to rest. Let's go upstairs and do that. I'm just wondering if I left water anywhere. Oh, wow. All these cooking supplies. Holy crap. That's flour, cooking oil, salt, syrup. I could make so many pancakes before I leave. What's my cooking skill? Below? Oh, there we go. Sorry, wrong tab. Oh, we could be so close to cooking 5 if I were to do that before I go to the far territory. That makes too much sense to ignore. I can't ignore it. I can't. I literally can't. It's against the rules. Holy crap. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put some of this film away in this film drawer. I'm going to put the can opener away too, because I found a better one. Okay, let's extinguish the lamp. And tempted though I may be to go ahead and boil some more water, I do kind of need to do that. For now, I'm just going to drink this herbal tea. Okay, that should be good. I'm not going to sleep for the entire night, so this should cover me for most of it. Let's go ahead and go for 9. Shocking no one, we have an Aurora, but now it will be very easy to finish the Moose-eyed Satchel. Let's go ahead and drink some herbal tea. Now, one thing I could do, since I have what I need for a fire, is I could do the Moose-eyed Satchel 1 hour at a time while preparing more water down here. And that's what I'll do. Gotta wrap up the episode in a moment, but is that not going to scroll up? There we go. Yeah, I've got what I need to use this. Potbelly stove. Start fire. Wood match. Cattail head. We will use one of our accelerants, because we have 3.
Perfect.
We're going to put that away. We will just put that coal on the fire, and that'll honestly be perfect. We will prepare some water. And now we will work for 1 hour at a time. Okay, let's take a look here. 33 minutes until boiled. I'll go ahead and do 1 more hour of work. We will lose a little bit of health to thirst. That's okay. Let's go ahead and drink that. And I think we can probably do that 1 more time, but the fire will not last. So what I want to do is chop the amount in half. See if I can get away with that. I'll tell you what I can do. I can pop those on the fire, and now it should be good. Alright, so that is almost boiled, 10 minutes. What I'm going to do is just go ahead and grab that with a quick 10 minutes of past time. We'll grab that. And we're good to go. I'm going to go ahead and just... Oh, I can't actually reduce the time anymore. I just have to finish it. Hour and a half. Let's go. I heard the stomach growl. I was like, how ironic would it be to lose well-fed at this exact moment? And there it is. The Moose-eyed Satchel, 88.18 pounds carrying capacity. So we're no longer encumbered at all. We have plenty of food. Matter of fact, before I end the episode even, I am going to step outside. And we are going to feast. on not wolf meat, moose meat. Perfect. I'm going to leave that there. There's still so much moose meat, and it's so perfectly preserved there in the snow. Let's go ahead and drink some water, and then just for a cheeky little save point to end the episode, I will safe house edit and turn that off. That is the handiest little thing, and it's like the closest I will come to playing the system of the Long Dark rather than playing the game, as I have preached for many, many years, at least for myself and my own play style preferences, as we were talking earlier. Let me quickly, before I wrap up here, let me break down this cloth, because I do know that I have no cloth, and it would be really silly, really, really silly to go into the far territory from a place like this where there's cloth just lining the windows and not get all the cloth. So we are going to get the cloth. It just makes sense. It is noon, middle of the day. Oh, there's 3 cloth from that. Very nice. Three cloth from that. Couldn't ask for a better time of day, and let's check the weather too before we leave. Or better weather to head into the far territory. But first, we have to trek all the way through Forlorn Muskeg. We have to trek through Broken Railroad for the first time. That will be interesting. And then we have to trek actually through the transition zone and pick which zone we go to next, because we have 3 that we could go to, and we could go to any of the 3. Who knows? Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. For early episodes, channel emotes, and member badges, look for the join button. New episodes will be arriving at 1 p.m. US Eastern Time every other day, and comments are always welcome, so leave your thoughts below, and I'll see you next time.